Hey guys, it's GamingEsquire. You probably don't even recognize me. It's been about, I don't know, 2 or 3 months since my last video. Um, I've had a lot of stuff going on. When you last heard from me, I think I had taken the bar exam and I was waiting on results. Those finally came in at the end of September. I was on my way back from Nashville for a conference uh, for work and scoured the list of bar numbers. When I got towards the bottom, I finally found mine. So I am, in fact, a licensed attorney in the state of Kentucky now. I earned the Esquire in my name, I guess. So, yeah, that's comma ESQ period now at the end of my signature. But aside from that, work has taken up a lot of time. I'm sure that's not surprising that an attorney has to work a lot, and it takes an inordinate amount of your day. I'm putting in 12-hour days, 5 days a week, plus usually 4 on one of the weekend days. So what is that, 64 days or 64 hours a week, something like that. But it's busy, so I haven't had a lot of time to make videos. But it doesn't mean I haven't been game hunting, because I certainly have. I've actually gotten a tremendous amount of games, to the point that I can't remember what I've actually shown you guys and what I haven't. So I've put together a little pile here. Hopefully it's nothing that you haven't seen. If it is, think of it like a band, going on a reunion tour, playing the hits. This is certainly kind of the highlights, I guess, of what I've gotten recently. Plus stuff that I actually just grabbed on my way back from a business trip. I took a stop on the way back at one store, and I called myself Slippin there, and I didn't realize it until I got home. So I'll talk about that in a little bit. But first, let's go ahead and show you guys kind of what I've got here. Okay, first of all, I got another Game Boy Advance SP. It's the red one. This is one that I didn't have. I've got a silver, a black, and now I actually have two silvers, a black and a red. So I'm missing kind of the special edition color schemes, but I've got, I think, all the basics. I don't think there's another. There may be. I don't know. But anyway, I've got four of them now. And then I've got a bunch of games from some lady's uncle or something died, and he was a big video game player, so he left them all to her, and she's been selling them off a little at a time. And here's just like 7 of them. I probably got 100 games from the guy in all total, but these are just 7 I'm going to show you guys really quickly, so you can kind of have an idea of what I grabbed. I got the Crow for PS1. I think it's just kind of a general kind of like fighting action game. I mean, it looks kind of cool. I haven't had a chance to test it out, but The Crow's a good movie. This is actually, was City of Angels one of the Crow movies, or is this, I don't know. But anyway, it looks okay. And then the Duke Nukem series is pretty legendary for its portrayal of women and gore and that type of thing. And I got 3 Duke Nukem games. First one is Total Meltdown. It's the one that's got the stripper dancing on the table. I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, there's no way you're able to see that, but there's a stripper. And then Land of the Babes. As you can see, it's pretty much focused on fighting scantily clad women. It says 1 man, 1 mission, 1 million babes. And then the last one is Duke Nukem Time to Kill. I think this is more of just a standard Nukem game. Says it has strong sexual content, which isn't much of a surprise. Every one of those games does. Excuse me, I've been up in Cleveland for a couple days, so I'm not quite used to the cold weather up there, and kind of got my allergies acting up. I just got back. I did the 6-hour drive, I guess it is. It turned into about a 7.5 because between Cleveland and Columbus, there was traffic for road work. Between Columbus and Cincinnati, there was traffic for road work, and then there were 2 stoppages from Cincinnati to Louisville, so it took a really freaking long time to get back. But glad to be back, on the home turf, and it was cool. Cleveland's actually a really cool city. They've done a lot to, kind of change the reputation that they've got there. It's definitely a lot better than Detroit, no matter what people might try to make you believe. But anyway, I also grabbed Castlevania. This one I think I actually got at the flea market for $4 or $5, but it's it's one of the newer Castlevania games. They're not nearly as good as the old school ones, but I mean they're okay. This one I got in that lot from that guy Katamari Damacy. It's a really, really cool game. I was telling Jake about it today, actually. If you haven't played it, you start off and you're a little ball rolling up and picking up like stuff inside of a house, and then as the ball picks stuff up, it grows, and eventually you're picking up whole cities and then big landscapes. It's actually really cool. You can kind of, I don't know, there's kind of a bad glare. My lighting situation in my game room is not the best, so it's kind of hard to film in here, but you've probably heard of this game, chances are, and it's a lot of fun. It's really cool. And finally, I got Neo Contra. I actually got this at GameStop. They were, I guess I lied. I only got like 4 of those games from that guy, but I thought that I got more than that. But anyway, this one was in the PS2 bin at a GameStop in Frankfurt when I was, after I had been sworn in at the Supreme Court. I made a stop at the GameStop there. And I picked up a few games, and this was one of them. I think I got it for like $4, and it's like a $15, $20 game, so it was a pretty good deal. Oh, and then got a sealed copy of Fable 3 for like $3 or $4 at a yard sale. I actually got a second copy, so that one's available if anybody's interested. You can get it used for $5, but pretty cool to have sealed copies for the future. And then I also got the Fable limited edition bonus DVD. It was a GameStop exclusive. I got it for $3 at Book and Music Exchange here. I think it's kind of uncommon-ish. I think it's about $10 or $15 if you buy it on the internet. So it was definitely worth picking it up. Now I have Fable: The Lost Chapters and the limited edition DVD, but I don't actually have the basic Fable game. So that's something to be looking for. Let's see. Oh, and at that yard sale where I got the sealed Fable 3, I also got a copy of Fear 2 that's sealed. And I may have a second copy of this as well. I can't remember. But it was also like $4. Went to a used game store. Oh, this was probably 2 months ago or so, actually, or a month and a half ago, down in Tennessee, kind of near Nashville. I didn't know it was there, and they've actually got a lot of really good stuff there. Obviously, it's priced how you'd expect it to be, but I did find a couple of box games for reasonable prices. I got Metal Combat for the SNES for $5. It's complete except for the cardboard thing that holds the cartridge. And then I also got for $5. I got Pele for the Genesis. This is one of the cardboard cover type games. And these are actually kind of difficult to find because they don't really stay together that well. And these games are not. They didn't really sell that well because I don't know. They're just kind of low budget. But this is actually still in the plastic that the cartridge came in, so that's pretty cool. I think it was $5 as well. So got those 2 there. Oh, and then I went to another GameStop where I picked up a couple of. Did I grab any of those? No, I didn't. But I got several PS3 and Xbox 360 games because they're doing this. They're having a deal where you get like 2 for $10 out of a certain group of games, and I grabbed several. But then I went over to their PS2 bin and I found Sakura Wars. All they had over there was just this little cardboard cover thing And I took it up there. It was smashed. I took it up there to the lady and asked if they had the the game and all the other stuff that came with it. And she said that they did. They just left that out there so it didn't get stolen. She pulled it out, gave it to me. It was $16, but if you bought 2 games, you got 1 free. So I think I picked up a couple other PS2 games while I was there. So it ended up I got 1 game free and then paid for this one like a $5 game. So not bad. This is worth like 30 or 40 bucks. It's kind of it's like one of those Japanese love sim type games, but it's also an RPG. It's kind of weird. It says the stars of Broadway battle against evil warlords of ancient Japan and New York in their steam-powered mechanized battle suits, spearheaded by a Japanese youth burning with the spirit of the samurai. So yeah, it says explore an alternate steampunk 1920s New York. It comes with a Japanese voiceover disc, like an art book, and some type of poster. It's actually, the art's kind of cool. I've never played this game. I haven't opened it up yet, but I like getting these these big box game deals, and I like RPGs, so it's kind of a blend of the two. Let's see. And then I went to the one of the pawn shops over where Sarah lives. This was actually last weekend, I think. And they had some GameCube games there. All their GameCube games are $4, so I got some that are actually reasonable. I got a WWF Day of Reckoning. I think it's missing the manual. Yeah, it doesn't have the manual. There you go. But I didn't have this one. It's actually a pretty fun game as far as the GameCube wrestling games are actually pretty good, all of them. Then I got Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. It's got the manual. I thought I didn't have it, but it turns out that I do actually already have a copy. So if you're interested, let me know. That goes for virtually anything that I say that I've already got a copy of. I'm probably willing to trade with you. So keep that in mind. And I finally got a copy of Pikmin 1. It is missing the manual, but and it's also Greatest Hits. But I'm not going to complain. It was $4, and it's still worth like $20. So it's kind of hard to find this game because people that bought it hung on to it, and because it's actually really cool. I'm sure you know that. If you're watching this, you've probably played Pikmin at some point or another. Let's see. Or actually, if you're watching this, you're probably just Jake, because everyone else forgot that I'm a video maker because I haven't made a video in like 2 months, and I don't blame you. But hopefully that'll change. Just an aside. Back to business. I got... That's not what I meant to grab. Where's it at? Give me a second. This is not going smoothly. I apologize. Here it is. Alright. Well, a lot of practice, guys. You got to give me a little bit of a break here. I got a couple DS games. I got Battle of Giants, Mutant Insects. It was $5. I think that's about what it's worth. Don't know what it is. It's some kind of card game or something, but whatever. And then I got Metroid Prime Hunters. It was like $3, but it's definitely well worth that. It's actually a really fun game, and it may even still have the Nintendo points in here. Indeed it does. I'll be putting those on my account. Not that I can really do much with them, but nonetheless, I'll add them for good measure. Let's see. Oh, and I had to go do a TV segment for a daily show up in Indiana that our firm does a weekly bid on. And while I was up there, on my way back to work, I stopped off. I probably shouldn't be saying this, but I stopped off for a second at Buybacks because it was right next door to where the studio was. And I was in there for 5 minutes. I did a quick scan and got out. But I did find, for one of a very few times, I've actually caught them slipping. Usually their prices are pretty, I won't say competitive. They're high. They're just kind of expensive. But for once, I found a game that they screwed up on. I got the Warriors for PS2, the rarer edition of the releases of the game, for $5, and it's like a $25 game. You don't find the PS2 edition nearly as often as you do the Xbox game, and it's actually it's a pretty cool game. It's like a brawler. You're going around beating up other gangs and stuff, but it kind of follows the 1980s movie, The Warriors, and it's It's a cool game. It's fun, and it's made by Rockstar, I think. Yeah, the guys that make Grand Theft Auto and um, what's the name of it? The one where you wear the mask and you're doing awful stuff to people. Manhunt, I think is what it's called. Those guys. And then on one of those online yard sales, I found a lady up here that was selling a couple of GameCube games for $4 a piece, maybe $4 or $5. But anyway, they were both well worth paying that. The first one is Luigi's Mansion. It is missing the manual, but I've already got a copy, so this is a duplicate. So if you're on the market for Luigi's Mansion and you don't mind the manual not being there, let me know. I can hook you up and we can do business. And the other one is a game that I hadn't seen before. It's a kind of a weird platformer, sort of, maybe. It's called Chibi Robo. It's like 20 or $25. It doesn't have the manual though, which kind of sucks, but it's okay. Haven't seen it, so anytime there's a GameCube game that I haven't seen, I try to grab it, especially if it's, you know, fairly valuable compared to the price. My GameCube game collection is growing. It's there now, and then of course my PS2 collection is pretty big. Speaking of GameCube games, stopped off in Columbus today at a certain game store there. I'm not going to reveal which store it was because I know Brandon Reynolds may watch this, and there's a good chance he'll drive to Columbus to pick up the game that I forgot to pick up. Or I didn't forget, I screwed up on it. But anyway, I went there, looked at their games, found a couple. I found 5 that I wanted. 2 GameCube games. The first one is Puyo Pop Fever. I don't want to give away where the store is because I know how Brendan is. So I'm going to hide the label and show you the game. It's a puzzle game. It's okay, I guess. It says it's $5. And then I got Freaky Flyers. It's like an an airplane racing game, but it also has like a dogfighting mode. It's actually kind of cool. It's about midway. Those 2 games are worth about $10 a piece, so 5 a piece was fair. I also grabbed Desert Commander and Legendary Wings, which is actually a really cool game. I really like this game. It's a shoot 'em up where you're a guy with wings and you're blowing through stuff in a vertical shooter, and then once you get into like the castle at the end of each level, it's like a run and gun. Side scrolling, but it's got, you know, climbing, jumping, that type of thing. It's actually a really cool game. It's fun. It's made by Capcom, so you know it's good. Anything made by Capcom in the old days was good. So I got those. They were $3.99 and $2.99, but when I got up there, the guy told me that the NES stuff was buy one get one free. So I got these for the price of one, and I also picked up one Intellivision game that I didn't have. Space Hawk. It was $3.99. It's an okay game. It's kind of fun. But it was, you know, it's worth about that price. I just didn't have it, so went and picked that up. Which, you know, I was talking to the guy working there, and he was a big Intellivision fan too, so we were kind of talking it out. And he gave me a card to get a percentage off of the games, 10% I think. So I used that. I still was expecting the price to be about 20-ish bucks. But he must have given me buy one get one on the GameCube games or something. I don't know, because it only ended up being like $12 or $13 for everything, which is awesome. 5 games for $13, less than $3 a piece. You can't really, you can't complain about that. So I was really pumped. That guy was really awesome. Both the guys working there were cool. But while I was in there, I saw another Intellivision game that I should have looked up because I had a feeling that it was kind of uncommon. In fact, I fairly well knew it was uncommon. I was just not thinking clearly. And then I I didn't look it up until I got home. And I was like, ah, crap. So when I saw what it was worth, what I confirmed that I thought what it was worth, it turns out it's actually a rare variant of a top like 10 to 12 rarest Intellivision game. World Series Baseball is pretty rare, especially complete in box. Super Series Baseball, the Intellivision branded variant, is even rarer. And they had Super Series Baseball, complete in box, for $2.99. Do me a favor, go ahead and get on pricecharting.com, look it up. You'll see that a loose copy is about a $300 game. Complete in box copies don't come along. Hardly ever. So it's kind of name your price. The price was $2.99. They named it for me. So I was like, you know what? Bonehead move, but let's see if we can put something together. So I called the store when I got back to Kentucky and said, hey guys, I was in the store earlier today and I'm a big Intellivision collector. And now that I've got a chance to see what I've got at home, I was hoping that you'd read, what box games you have there. And they confirmed my suspicions that it was Super Series Big League Baseball for $2.99. And I said, I don't have that one. I'm not from Columbus, unfortunately. Is there any way we could do like an online, PayPal transaction? They said, oh no, we don't ship games. I'm gonna have to live with that one. My only hope is that basically no one in Columbus collects Intellivision games. And Brandon Reynolds doesn't drive to Columbus and pick it up just to spite me, because I know he doesn't collect Intellivision games. At least I don't think he does. And if you do, and you pick up the game, trade it to me. I'll trade you, I don't know, Mario Sunshine. Any GameCube game I have that you don't have, you can have like 4 of them for it if you get it, because it's okay. I'm okay. I'm going to live on. I've still got Learning Fun number 1 and number 2, as you can see above me. There's only like 1 or 2 Intellivision games rarer than those. Thankfully, World Series Baseball is not one of those, but it is in the top 10 list, and it is rarer than a couple of the others that I do have over there. But I'm going to soldier on. Maybe I'll be in Columbus someday. Maybe it'll be collecting dust on the shelf at that point still, and who am I kidding? It'll be gone the next week probably. But it's okay. If you don't win them all, sometimes you get caught slipping. But before I go, I'd like to show you guys my other 2 bookshelves that I've put together and started stacking some other games on. So let's take a quick look at that. Let's try to line that up a little bit. There you go. As you can see, I've got some more of my more modern games on this shelf, other than my PS2s are over there. But I've got Xbox One game or Xbox games. I can't say Xbox One anymore because they made a freaking Xbox. After the third Xbox. Anyway, that's where these are. These are Xbox 360s. I don't really have that many. There's a plug-and-play snowboarding game. There's my one of my SPs. There's my Intellivision collection, other than my Learning Fun 1 and 2s. Over here, you'll see my Wii collection. This is my PS3 collection and my Zumba belt, which I got the Zumba game for like $1, whatever. And then down here is where you find my DS games, my PSP games, and then my handhelds. Everything but the SP that's over there. got 3 advances, and actually I've got another DS Lite in there because of the blue one. This is a regular DS I got for like nothing. My original Game Boy I had as a kid still works, still plays like a champ. My original Game Boy Color, and then one that I got at a yard sale, and my PSP. So that's kind of, I've kind of redone things a little bit, moved some things around, but that's about it. So yeah, Brandon, if you go pick up that Super Series baseball and you don't trade it to me, I'm coming for you. Until next time, keep hunting.